Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Wednesday night Medicus Live Business Opportunity webinar. My name is James Kumaro, Vice President of National Expansion for Medicus Global. Very special welcome to everyone tonight. We are very excited to share with you for about the next 30 to 35 minutes a company with a concept, a product, and an opportunity whose time has come. So tonight we are going to share with you the possibilities of what the Medicus product can do for you and your family, but above and beyond that, we're going to share a tremendous financial opportunity for you as well. Now, I've been in network marketing now for close to 30 years. And my experience in network marketing, I've never seen anything that even comes close to the opportunity and product that we're going to share with you tonight. This, without question, is not your normal business opportunity or normal product in the network marketing industry. What you're going to see here tonight is a disruptive technology that is empowering people and giving people their health care back into their own hands, control of their health care back into their own hands. A product that is cost effective, that works for the whole family, but above and beyond that represents probably one of the most enormous opportunities in the home-based business industry in the world today. And in 30 years of my career, I've never seen anything quite like it. Now, kind of little bit of a background on myself. I do live in upstate New York in a very small village called Rhinebeck. It's actually one of the oldest villages in New York State. Live here with my beautiful wife Yvonne and our beautiful son. I call him our son, Thunder. He's our beautiful Rottweiler. As a matter of fact, he just turned 14. He's going on 15. So we're very excited about that. And we have several children and some grandchildren. And we've been involved, Yvonne and I, in network marketing for many years. We've had the beautiful privilege of having the opportunity to work with so many wonderful people globally, and we've seen the power of what opportunities can do and how it can transform lives. But nothing like we're going to share with you tonight. Now, to get us started, we're going to welcome you to Medicus. We're going to go through a slide presentation. We're going to continue the slide presentation now. Medicus, being literally inside a trillion-dollar growth industry, is kind of hard to wrap your head around. How we're so fortunate, though, to have been invited to walk into a brilliant future with a very powerful young company leading the charge around the globe. Now, Medicus is basically the child of our parent company, which is called Call the Doc, and this spinoff, if you would, happened in the beginning of 2015. It had become obvious that a marketing strategy was a timely way to capitalize on this newly formed demand of telemedicine. So here at Medicus Global, the fulfillment of that dream and vision. Now millions of people around the world will have the opportunity to be among the first to step into this highly profitable and satisfying field that is changing the way doctors look after their patients, and it is called telemedicine. Now, inside of that telemedicine model, it really is replacing doctors and clinical visits. For many families, just being able to avoid places where very sick people wait to see a doctor is a huge advantage. And being able to access a doctor from your home, your car, airplane, or hotel is also a tremendous benefit. Now get this, guys, for less than $1 a day, an entire family can have the peace of mind and convenience of seeing a board-certified physician or talking to a board-certified physician within 30 minutes of calling our 800 number. Sometimes people have to wait days to see their primary care doctor. And when they finally get in, the doctor gives them about a 6-minute talk, and that's basically on that one condition, and then that doctor's on to the next person. This revolving door service certainly leaves much to be desired. So much for bedside manner, if you would. So this is how medical care is going to be delivered now and into the future through telemedicine. So it's hard to believe that 70% of all doctors' visits are unnecessary and can be treated with an on-the-phone consultation. And this is a statistic which is given to us by the American Medical Association. Now, to kind of put that into perspective, when's the last time that you went to the emergency room for a broken bone? Probably not not recently, probably and hopefully not that often. But how many times have you or your family had to go to the walk-in clinic or the urgent care or your primary doctor because you had a sinus infection or a sore throat or maybe a case of pink eye or maybe an upset stomach or a sprain or bruised back or something like that? Probably a lot. And what's really interesting about it is when we all go to the doctor today for those visits, because of our current healthcare system in this country, which is a really hotly debated topic, for most of us, we are paying a very expensive copays. Could be $20, $30, $50, $75, and then we've got a deductible behind that copay as well. To give you an example of that, recently, about 2 months ago, I had to go to the walk-in to see a doctor. I had a really bad sinus thing, and it was going into my chest, kind of the norm. We've all had these things. So I get there, I pay my $30 copay. I sit in a waiting room with a bunch of sick people that who knows what they've got. I sat there for almost 2 hours, 2 hours of my day just sitting there. I must have read every magazine in the waiting room, right? And it's always the worst magazines, and I'm really thinking about touching all these magazines that other sick people are touching. I finally get into the doctor, and guess what? It's not a doctor. It's a PA. It's a physician's assistant. She spends about 4.5 minutes with me, gives me a prescription, calls a prescription into my local pharmacy for a Z-Pack, and I'm out the door. The worst part about it is 2 weeks later, I get a bill from the doctor's office because my insurance company didn't cover the visit because I didn't meet my $5,000 deductible. So I paid a $30 copay, and I got another bill on top of that for $197. Wasted 2 hours out of my day, sat there with a bunch of other sick people, and didn't even get seen by a doctor. Now, that's our medical establishment today in the United States. That's the norm. That's not unique, what I just said. So we've got something, a product that you and your family could use, but a product that you could sell in the marketplace and make a fortune with because it's very much needed. People need our telemedicine product. Next slide, please. I get all excited about that. So the first thing that comes to mind is the extreme convenience or inconvenience to going into these waiting rooms, bringing our families in there, and we're in a confined area. And by the way, this looks exactly like the waiting room where I was going, and sitting there with 20 or 30 other sick people in a confined space. Not what we want to do. We'd rather just be in the privacy of our own home talking to a doctor. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits of our plan? Well, you could talk to a doctor within minutes with no exposure to other patients. But you not only receive immediate medical attention, but receive fast and convenient prescriptions to any pharmacy of your choice, ready when you walk in the door. So you can use the Medicus product at home, at work, or on the go, wherever you are. It's very, very convenient. Think about this. Suppose you got the sinus infection, or you got the stomach flu, or whatever's going on, and you don't want to leave the house. You don't want to drag yourself to the clinic. You don't want to sit there for 2 hours. You're tired. You want to stay in bed and rest. You want to get better. Or maybe you just don't have somebody to watch the kids, so you can go to the clinic. Guess what? With the Medicus program, within minutes, you can have a board-certified doctor making a diagnosis and calling a script into your local pharmacy for you, and you're never leaving the comfort of your home. So very, very convenient. That's some of the benefits, many benefits, but that's some of it. It is the medical breakthrough of the century because a doctor is available for you and your family for consultation 24/7 for those times when you need a doctor for non-emergency medical needs. Convenient, fast, and private. And we really like things fast in this country. We want to be able to get our data fast. We want to be able to surf the web fast. We want our our cell phones to work fast. We want things at our fingertips. Well, that's exactly what Medicus does. So here's some more benefits that members enjoy. It makes it's just a toll-free phone call. You get that board-certified physician. Offers peace of mind. Travels with you. Maybe you got some kids that are getting ready to go off to college next month. Well, guess what? This travels with your sons and your daughters that are going away. It also travels with you. It's available for the entire family. It reduces your prescription costs, saves you time and money. You don't need to miss work. You don't need to get people to watch your kids so you can go to the clinic. It's easy access to medical advice and treatment 24/7. No waiting rooms. It's healthcare basically on your own terms. A product and concept whose time has come in the United States and around the world. So here's what we're going to talk a little bit more about our nationwide network. So Medicus uses, you may be asking, well, how does this company do this? Well, we utilize a nationwide network of board-certified medical doctors ready to receive our members' calls to discuss non-emergency medical issues. And Medicus maintains each member's electronic medical record in a highly secured internet-accessible environment and makes this information available to our network of doctors prior to the doctor consultation, so the doctor knows a little bit about you and your medical condition, your history, before you even get to him or her. Medicus is also staffed with registered nurses who are available also to receive non-emergency medical calls 24/7, 365 days a year. So it's very easy. Call from anywhere. Simply how it works, call a toll-free number. A registered nurse will document your information and then actually put you in like a teletriage type of situation and sends the medical information to a licensed doctor in the member's state of residence. And blammo, you're on the line with a doctor usually within 25 minutes to complete the doctor-patient consultation. Doctor will complete a diagnosis form that will be available in the member's electronic medical record for future use. Doctors can wire a non-narcotic, non-controlled substance prescription where allowed by law to your local pharmacy. Fast, efficient, painless, private, inexpensive. It is where medicine is going. And the cost will surprise you, as you can see here. Traditional services with a primary care physician, estimated wait time sometimes is 4 to 7 days, and it could be $125. In my case, it was $197 plus the $30 copay. If you walk into a 24-hour urgent care or a walk-in clinic, it could be a 4-hour wait, could cost you $500. Emergency room could be 6 to 8 hour wait, estimated cost $1,700. Telemedicine, total time probably under an hour, total cost $0, no copay. So what we're really doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we are taking a needed product, a needed service today that's very much needed by all Americans, people all over the world in healthcare, and we're providing a solution. And we call that disruptive medical technology, disrupting the norm, disrupting the establishment, disrupting the way that medical care is being transported or provided to patients. We are disrupting that with our high level of technology. Next slide, please. Now here's the best part of it. It is only $29.95 per month for the Medicus service, and that covers the whole family, everybody under your roof. We got a prescription drug plan included, which could save you money, even above and beyond what you're paying for prescriptions with your current insurance. We have a lab and diagnostic plan, 24/7 medical care welcome kit. We give you a nice fridge magnet for reminders, electronic medical record holdings, and also an amazing customer service, a customer service department to service your needs as well. So service for the whole family for under $30. Think about the enormous potential of that. Next slide, please. Now, before we get into this new shared economy, we're going to bring on our Vice President of Corporate Development, Mr. Kevin Young, and he's going to go into a little bit about the shared economy. Before we talk about that, I want you to take a step back tonight and think about the product that we just showed you. And by the way, our platform is evolving each and every day. You're going to see things on our telemedicine platform over the next couple of months that are just going to take this opportunity to a whole nother level. Now, I'm not at liberty to leak any of that out, but I have seen the future, and it is awesome. So the question we want to ask you tonight, because you're here tonight more than likely not to be a customer or just be a customer. Of course, you're going to be a customer, but you're here for more than that. You're here for the opportunity. The question we'd like to ask you at this point of the presentation, and we're only going to take about another 10 to 15 minutes. We're just about done. It goes really quick because it's so simple to explain. Do you think that you know anyone that could benefit from this product? Could you and your family benefit from it? Can it save you a lot of money? Can it take the place of your deductible and take the place of your copay? And could you save money? Could it be convenient for you? Could you save time? Could you be not have to run and sit and wait in that clinic? So would the product and service work for you and your family? More than likely, the answer is yes. But I want you to think about this? How many people outside of your household could use this product, could benefit from it? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a business. We have provided a better mousetrap in healthcare. That's essentially what we have done. We have a product now that is cost effective, that could save people money, and provides something for them that they very much need in their lives with their medical care. So think of, and that's really a business opportunity. So do you think, or do you feel that not only it would work for you and your family, but think about the people all around you that could benefit from it as well. Let's take it a step further. Think about the business-to-business side of this. Think about maybe businesses that you could offer this to, that could sell it, that could offer to their employees as an extra paid benefit or a non-paid benefit. Think about it getting into unions. Think about getting it into corporations. Think about charities using it. Think about presenting this to the local chamber of commerce. Think about, the business-to-business side is absolutely unbelievable. It's enormous. So our product is very, very viable. It's very easily sellable. It's easily shared because it's something that everybody needs. But the reason we're bringing this back to this conversation now is we want you to be a customer, of course, but we want you to think about the enormous possibilities of who could use this service. And every time their monthly subscription is in place, you're earning a lifetime of residual income on all of those customers, all of those businesses, possibly all of those charities, all of those unions, all of those companies, and just the individual sale. Amazing. In network marketing, it has never been done, and it falls into what we call the new shared economy or disruptive technology. And what I'd like to do now is bring on one of my best friends, but also one of the top people in the network marketing industry and one of the top executives in the network marketing industry, a man with almost 30 years of experience that him and I work with. We've worked together for almost 30 years together, but him and I now are working together on a daily basis to bring this opportunity and this product to the world. I'd like to introduce to you our Vice President of Corporate Development, my good friend, a visionary leader, Mr. Kevin Young. Kevin, are you there?
I am. Thank you, James. How does it sound? Okay.
You sound perfect. Very clear.
Great. First off, thank you so much, everybody, for being on the webinar this evening. We've got a whole bunch of people from all over the world, believe it or not, on here. I would want to give some kudos to James. He's our Executive Vice President of Sales and National Expansion, and he just doesn't say that and roll off the tongue. James has gone on, since I first met him back in the early 90s, to make millions and millions of dollars in this business. Not just domestically, but in Asia and Europe, South America, all over the place, the Middle East. He's a master of his craft. And I get excited because when I know that James sees something, that there's something really strong and really good here. And I came aboard this business about a year ago, initially to do some consulting, and now I'm Executive Vice President of Corporate Development for a couple of reasons. You only see something like this once in a while. I was a part of starting the whole prepaid phone card industry in 1989, and I went on to help grow a company. We sold over $600 million of phone time within just a short 9-year period. And it was it's something that I would wish upon every one of you, to have an opportunity to be at the front of something where you could have that wave behind you and that wind at your back. And, it just changed my life. I'm like everybody else. I went out, I just wanted to get a good job, have a nice lifestyle, and I realized very quickly right after my, quote, college years, that the kinds of incomes that I was looking at in the job market were not going to satisfy my interest, at least in a lifestyle. And so I decided to get involved in entrepreneurship, and shortly thereafter I was a part of starting something that became now known as the prepaid industry, which is in excess of $20 billion, which has switched over to like pay cards and Starbucks cards and everything else. This is 10 times the size of that. The telemedicine industry has not even begun yet. And the brand itself, telemedicine, stands so much more than what even James was able to paint as a picture for you. Telemedicine is evolving, and what he was saying, if you look at the slide, it says the new shared economy. This term in itself is a shift in how business operates. It's 2016. In 1996, we didn't have the internet operating and transferring payments and using texting to sell and buy things and websites and e-commerce and everything. We had fax machines and telecommunications. Today you can do business at the speed of thought. And when James talked about disruption, what he's referring to is old school business models that have, deep roots that don't change or shift very often. And then the internet comes around and it completely shifts up the whole thing. Telemedicine really is disrupted because if you look at the insurance industry itself and the Obamacare and all the things that are fluctuating up and down, not necessarily on our behalf, by the way. What happened is that we are really looking at being the spearhead in the industry of medicine, just very similar to, for example, a company called Uber, right? Here's Uber. It's only 6 years old. It's worth $62 billion. Get your head around that for a second. Here's a company that has never had to go out and buy a taxi, never had to go out and hire employees and build garages and have all the mechanics and deal with all that infrastructure that took 20, 30, 50, 100 years to put together. Within short 6-year period of time, here's a company that essentially used other people's assets, their time, their energy, and their automobiles to connect to a hub where they created a value proposition for an end user for a lot less than they would if they, for example, took a ride in a taxi, more economical with a lot more control. And all of a sudden, in 6 years, you have a company that's worth $62 billion. It disrupted the rideshare industry significantly, right? Brilliant, amazing. So, Airbnb. What's Airbnb? Airbnb is now the largest company in the world to provide overnight stay, right? I mean, I'm a guy that I love Marriott hotels. I've been a Marriott hotel person for years. I used to travel back in the 90s. I was on an airplane every day. I stayed at the Marriott hotel. Here's Airbnb. It's 7 years old. It's worth $23 billion. They've never built a hotel. Never built a hotel. Get your mind around that. It's bigger than all these big hotel chains. And what did they do? They said, let's go share our economy with people who already have time and assets, like their homes or their cabins or their condominiums. Go on their website. I mean, it's phenomenal. I've stayed in Airbnbs, and it's a genius business model. In many cases, it's a lot less. You meet some local people, you hang out, you have good food, you stay in some beautiful accommodations. But the whole point is it disrupted that industry, right, of the hotel business, big time. Okay, then there's cryptocurrency. Some of you may have never heard of cryptocurrency. Well, you have a dollar bill in your pocket, right? What is that dollar bill? Some of you probably don't even know what that is. That's okay. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. This is the future of payments. It's a way to essentially disrupt the payment system where everything goes through central banking, where there's fees and points and time lags and costs associated with transferring money. The Bitcoin blockchain technology is disrupting that entire industry of currency. It's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Essentially, it's called money, right? But there's Bitcoin and there's OneCoin and there's a variety of other follow-on businesses that are getting into that space. And again, it's all back to the shared economy. So when I transfer money with James, I can do that directly with him, my computer to his computer. I'm going to use his asset, which is his time, his energy, and his computer as a way to transfer currency. So what does that mean for us? Just a couple days ago, I was fortunate to go to a fundraiser for returning veterans, disabilities. The stories were pretty moving. And there was a gentleman that I first met there, and he was the MC of the event, and his name is Kenneth Farmer. He's a Major General, U.S. Army, retired medical doctor. Amazing personality. First thing he says is, well, thank you, Kevin, for coming. What do you do? And I said, well, I'm in the business of disrupting the medical industry. We've got a company called Medicus. Have you heard about it? He goes, no, I don't think I've heard about that, but I can tell you that telemedicine, that's where the future is headed. I spent the next 25 minutes talking to this Major General about his understanding and his experience in telemedicine. Well, a lot of the telemedicine technologies actually came out of and flourished from the bedrock of the military industry. So he was very interested in knowing what we're doing. Well, I've had subsequent conversations with him, and he says, Kevin, I can't stop thinking about what you guys are doing. You're spot on. He says, I have a feeling, too, that one of the channels within the telemedicine industry that's going to be so powerful is the psychiatric assistants and people who need mental health and have mental health issues that want to be able to correspond directly with mental health professionals. I said, absolutely, that's something we're already doing. So we are in a space that, I'll use this big word called ubiquitous, which means that everybody's going to want to participate in it. way to drive prices down, and particularly for the doctors. So think about this for a second. It's like having a doctor in your pocket, right? One in your wallet, one in your purse, one in your car, wherever you go. It's not like we really want to be sick. It's not like we want to have these issues, but to have that peace of mind knowing that you can pick up that phone or your smartphone, within 10 minutes connect directly to somebody in your community. That's a physician and a board-certified nurse that can give you legitimate information and consultation regarding your particular situation, who has the ability through their licensing to look at your medical records and everything else. What we're really doing is disrupting this concept of having to go to a doctor's office. So as the prices are going up for doctors to actually locate their clinics and to be able to pay for their overhead, and they're not getting the reimbursements that they used to, their business model is fractured. So what we're able to do is to tap into other people's doctors, bring them online, and now have this choreographed, really bedrock of physicians nationwide that are essentially ours at their disposal. Of course, they get paid, but think of it as the Uber of the medical industry. You guys have to like put your thinking caps on for a second, get this vision. This kind of stuff only comes around once in a while. And you may poo-poo it and say, well, I don't know, it's not that exciting. How would you, I mean, do you know what it's like to actually own 5,000 medical clinics? Do you know how much money's in that for you? That's what we're talking about here, is that even though we're network marketing, we have that particular aspect of it, what we really are is a disruptive shared economy business model using convergence marketing strategies to go out and do what? Acquire members. We are a membership gorilla. We are going to go out there and acquire tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions and tens of millions of people. We're going to gain their mind share. We're going to acquire and adopt their interest. We're going to convert them over to members, and we're going to provide them a value of something that they already need. And then the person or the group or the team or the leader that established that chain of command to be able to acquire those members gets paid on a monthly basis. This is the diamond in the whole business model. So what we're doing is establishing a membership, which is called a rinse and repeat transitional business opportunity. Most all of you have jobs and businesses or salaries or hourly incomes or contract jobs, whatever it is. There's nothing like having residual income to break that whole thing up. So our business model in itself is a disruptive business model for probably what you're currently doing, because the way the system's been set up in our society is to take your time and your energy. Take your time and your energy and make you go do it every month, every month, every month, every month, every month. In many cases, for most people, their entire lives, where they never really get a lot of time. We pay people to acquire members in time. We pay you time, right? And time can be divided out through income, but as your income starts to increase and the residual income starts to exceed your monthly expenses, once your income exceeds your monthly nut, what we call the cost of living, what happens is you form wings on your back and you become what's called free. Can you imagine what that's like? Think about that for a second. You're free. You don't have to have a boss. You don't have to go into the office. You are free to do what you want to do. Now, don't tell me that that is not a disruptive business model in today's economic way, the way big corporations and government want you to function. This is how entrepreneurs think. We don't think about wanting to work and spend the rest of our lives in the office and looking back and going, I did nothing in my life. We think about what's it like to go disrupt things and make something exciting happen and go out and take a little niche of the business and share it with the people that helped us do that, and go through the ups and downs and the goods and the bads and look back and say, we had a story. This was exciting. This is a business opportunity that changed my life. If you don't feel that after watching this webinar tonight, if you don't see what we've got, and that's okay, then there's got to be something else out there for you like this. But there aren't too many things out there like this, because you're talking to a guy right here who hears about everything all the time. But we don't have to be Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos to enjoy. We only drive one car at a time and live in one house at a time. But there is something to be said about being financially free and being able to do the things that you want to do, and to have your health, your happiness, and the promise of the future. That's an awesome force. It's something that all of you should strive for. This is what Medicus Global is all about. Medicus Global is about you. It's about what we can do for you. It's about what you can do for other people. And it's about what we can all do as a company to help bring power back into this country. I am so sick and tired of talking to people about being consumers. Everybody consumes this and buys this and gets that. What about going out and being a producer for a change? Let's put some entrepreneurial spirit back into this country. Turn off the TV. Turn off the news. Don't listen to that crap. Get into a program that helps you be successful, and don't be programmed by a system to stop you from being successful. And you wouldn't be doing that if you weren't on this call tonight. So we applaud you. We appreciate you. I hope that I was at least able to share from my little wacky brain how I see this business. I have an agenda. I have a very deep agenda. It's a big one, and it's to see a lot of people on this line, and many people coming, who will become successfully independent and free. And Medicus Global will be the brand that everybody looks at in 6 years and goes, yeah, there was that disruptive technology in that medical space called, yeah, Medicus, and it's worth how many billions? Because you were on the boat when we went out to sail. Timing is everything in life. Half of life is showing up. The other half is executing. You just showed up. And now what we're going to do is talk, I don't know what the next slide is, if you could put that on there, Ron, for a second. I may have to skip forward because I got a little long in the wind. I'm going to have James talk about the income opportunity, but before he does that, I'll take some of this minutia. I am going to read this income requirement disclaimer for you. And then once we do that, James is going to come back on and talk about how you can participate, how you get started, the way this business works, the duplication of our efforts to your efforts to their efforts, and then what that can mean for you. And then we're going to want you to come back on many webinars as you can. Get this into your bloodstream. Drink this Kool-Aid. This is very, very exciting stuff. So with that said, thank you for letting me have this moment to share what I believe is one of the greatest opportunities out there in this country today, and that's Medicus Global. So with that said, the incomes shown in this presentation are for illustration purposes only. We cannot guarantee that anything shown here will happen for you or that you will earn any specific amount of income. While there can be an extraordinary income earned with this Medicus Global program, your earnings will be determined by the number of sales and referrals you personally produce, by the number of sales or referrals produced from your team's combined efforts. What that really means is you're not a salary employee. We didn't hire you. You have the opportunity to volunteer to become part of our business. And it's not what you did in your past, it's what you do in this business. And we have the tools, we have the expertise, we have the management team, we have the skill set, we have the technology, we have the compliance, we have the legal side, we have all the marketing, we have the sales, we have everything done. We've been working on this thing for over 1.5 years. Millions of dollars spent to be able to hand the keys over to you and say, let's go for a ride. Show us what you can do so we can help you get better at it. Mr. Camaro, would you come on and take these folks through the journey on the business side for them? I sure appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Well done. Excellent, excellent presentation. Well, folks, you can get started with your Medicus Global business, or basically your own medical clinic, for a whopping annual fee to become an associate for $49.99. That will set you up with a personalized website. It will set you up with a profit monitoring where you can check your sales, check your organization. You'll be licensed associate to sell our telemedicine product, and you'll have the ability to use our promotional videos and to be trained on how to build a very successful network marketing business. So that is the entry-level fee to become a Medicus Global associate. It's $49.99. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about if you liked what you've heard so far and you want to take it to the next level. And we have a saying here at Medicus, and that saying is we want everyone to live life on their own terms. And suppose tonight that we gave you a piece of paper and a pen, and you had the ability to write down on that piece of paper with that pen what the rest of your life was going to look like. What would that life be like? Now, that life can be anything that you want, because tonight you're in the right place at the right time. Kevin talked about Uber. We talked about Airbnb. We talked about Bitcoin. But suppose you're on the inside of Google or the inside of Apple or the inside of Facebook or the inside of Amazon, and we can go down the list, company or opportunity. There's so many of them that we may have had the chance to be part of that, but maybe we didn't take advantage of that. Let's not repeat that. Or let's have the opportunity to be part of something that's going to change the world as we know it. So for those of you that want to take it to the next level and take on a leadership role and really kickstart or jumpstart your Medicus business. We have designed a very, very special way for you to start your Medicus business. We could see the next slide, please. And we call it our Lifetime Founders Pack to be involved with the Medicus Global Business. So it is $7.99, and I'm going to build the value and worth into it. You have no more annual fees. You are eligible to actually participate in all of our existing programs and any of our new programs, which, as I said earlier, the things that we're going to roll out to you and to the world over the next couple of months and next year is going to be absolutely amazing. You'll have full access to all of the trainings. Now, what does that mean? In addition to telemedicine, we also have a genetic lab testing program where we're going to train you to sell genetic lab testing programs. Bring them into doctors to set them up as providers, or sell them to individuals. There could be thousands of dollars in commissions made on that. And we have very, very exclusive certified training for anyone that is involved with the Founder Pack. So we also have in this Founders Pack exclusive training on business to business. So our world-class experts will certify you to go out there and market these products to bigger organizations, not only the one-on-ones, but also the bigger organizations. We also have exclusive trainings on our pharmaceutical products. We have specialty pharmacy, which you'll be trained upon by our special pharmacy specialists, if you would, how to bring those products into the marketplace. Again, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in commission. So we are building a medical clinic basically for you here with this Lifetime Founders Pack. You'll also receive 5 $29.95 monthly telemedicine memberships. You can use them. You can give them away to introduce the product to people in your community. Great way to build a customer base. And also 3 $49.99 annual fees as well. And of course, our business and market materials. And each pack that you're able to market at the founders level, you will earn an additional 15% direct first order bonus. And then we have some other commissions as well. We're going to move to, I think we have one more slide here to go through. So we have what's called the power of the high five, like kind of hand slapping. So this revolves around our compensation plan. Our compensation plan is a very simple 2x20 matrix. You simply come into the business, you sponsor your first 2 people, and then everything else starts to get layered underneath those 2 people. Now, the 2x20 matrix can hold perfectly, in a perfect world, about 2 million people. It's probably not going to happen. We hope it does for you, but it's a very simple yet very highly profitable compensation plan. We pay in the compensation plan many different ways. We pay on the customers, the $29.95. There's commissions on that. And the reason we don't put all these numbers on a slide is it can become confusing. But we pay on all those customers. We pay on all those packs. We pay the first order bonuses. We pay on the labs. We pay on the pharmaceutical products. We're thinking about introducing something shortly that will just blow your mind. But a very powerful compensation plan, unlike anything else in the industry, where you have left leg, right leg, all that stuff, multiple people that need to be qualified. We don't really do that here. This is very simple, profound, and profitable comp plan. So the power of the high five means when you sign up 5 new leaders, you're going to earn about $625 in sponsored commissions. That is really cool for signing up 5 new people in your organization with the Founders Pack. 5 customers, you can have 5 distributors, and then you're going to bring 5 customers in, which is going to bring you in another $25 in personal sponsorship commissions every single month for the history of those customers. 5 products, meaning our pharma products or our lab products, could bring you up to $1,500, an additional other $70 in overrides, for a total high five commission structure of about $2,220 just by selling a lab, selling a pharma product, bringing in 5 new associates and 5 customers. And that's in addition to the residuality on a monthly basis, in addition to some mind-blowing things that we're going to share with you over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and throughout the years. If you've ever wanted to be part of a company with a product whose time has come. And as Victor Hugo once said, there's a tide in the affairs of men and women when taken at the flood lead on to fortune. That means being at the right place at the right time with the right opportunity certainly can bring fortune for you and your family. Make no mistake about it, telemedicine is the wave of the future, and Medicus is the premier network marketing telemedicine company in the world today, and we have just gotten started. Be part of the biggest and most enormous business opportunity, quite frankly, I believe, in the history of the network marketing business. We will be the fastest growing network marketing direct selling company in 2016 by the end of 2016. That business can all be in your organization with your teams, and you could lead the charge to securing your financial future for you, your family, and their future. We leave you with this one thought. We get really excited about the product, we get really excited about the opportunity, but now it's time to take action. If it makes some sense and you can feel it in your gut, make the decision to change your life forever and to become financially free. Because normally people that make quick decisions and stick with those decisions normally become very successful and very wealthy, because the gut usually is about 99.9% true when you're true to your heart when you're making a decision. So if you're excited, you feel good about it tonight, please get back to the person that invited you to this webinar. They can answer questions. They can introduce you to an upline mentor. Could even be Kevin or myself tonight. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. We can get you started with your Founders Pack tonight, put a strategy together tonight, and over the next 48 hours start to build a very successful business. It's a real easy sign-up process. It takes all of about 3.5 to 4 minutes. Tomorrow night we'll be back here at 9 p.m. for the founders, the ones that are involved with the Founders Packs, the $7.99. We're having a very, very, very special lab testing training. Don't miss it. It's going to be great. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening, and bye for now.